Welcome to week 7 of ECE 121, Infant and Toddler Method and Lab. This video is being recorded due to the Deltec technical issues on Tuesday, October 13th. Hope everybody's having a good week. We always start with a round robin question, but we'll do that in 2 weeks when we meet. Questions from last week. I haven't received any communication from classmates that would provoke any overview as far as course content, but certainly if you have questions, you are encouraged to contact either a classmate or myself as your instructor. This week you completed the week 7 requirements. Again, the Zoom meeting that was scheduled for Tuesday due to technical issues was not part of our agenda this week. Next week we do have reading days, so again next week on the 20th we will not meet. A similar video will be created at that time. If you have any questions regarding week 7, please again make sure that you're contacting somebody. So your reading and viewing materials for module 3.2, which was your assignment for week 7, there were 4 reading assignments. 3 of which were virtual lab school chapters, the first being the environment, specifically looking at the material choices that we make for our learning environments. The second video was providing a safe outdoor environment. Please remember that there are videos embedded in the virtual lab school chapters, and you are responsible to view those as well. The third and fourth reading requirements, the third one was your infant toddler safe environments. Again, videos are included, and then you were to read your chapter 12 in our textbook. All of these things will support your space design project, so make sure that you're keeping up with your reading as well as meeting with your space design team. Okay, let's go over a few things together. Again, this is all your watch videos. There was no specific video links this week, although there are videos embedded, 1 or 2 in each of your virtual lab school chapters. Virtual lab school chapter 1 that you were to review talks about the environment and specifically the materials. It's understanding what is developmentally appropriate materials for infants and toddler classrooms as well as outdoor spaces. You're going to review this information, and by the end, you should be able to respond and review to the following. How would you define and describe developmentally appropriate materials? Secondly, what are the key considerations when selecting materials, as well as the benefits to infant toddlers and caregivers? Please remember when you're reviewing these slides that questions will be bolded and italicized. And as you're reviewing questions, as you do with any assessment or exam, that you consider the and factor. So here again, what are the key considerations when selecting materials? And what are the benefits, not only to the children, but also to you? Last one for this first chapter, what are some considerations when selecting toys and materials that represent cultures, interests, and learning goals for your space, right? So cultures of the children and families within your classroom, as well as the staff, interests of the children in your classroom, and what are their learning goals? What is developmentally appropriate for them, as well as individually appropriate? So making the most of materials in an infant learning environment is one of the videos that you're viewing, and you should go into this chapter, click into the video itself. It's always helpful when you're viewing videos specifically for and related to the environment. I will always encourage you to view it once without the sound so that you're truly focused on the visual aspects, the setup of the classroom, the materials in the classroom, and then watch it again with the sound, because certainly the communication between adults and children and adults certainly comes into play when you're setting up an environment. So after viewing this video, students should be able to do the following: list at least 3 open-ended and developmentally appropriate materials that were included in the video. Be able to explain what teachers need to consider when selecting infant and toddler materials. This question will also be supported by the reading of this chapter. Focus on materials that support sensory and art exploration when you're viewing this video. Okay, this is the materials that support learning, So the first video you're viewing was making the most of materials in the infant learning environment. This is a second video embedded in this chapter, materials that support learning. So when you're viewing this one, consider the following. Focus on the materials that support sensory and art exploration. Be able to answer the following. What developmental or learning goals are being addressed in the dramatic play area specifically? In addition, what kind of play or interactions do you see specific to the music and dance events and activities that are happening? And finally, consider your space design learning environment. Which materials from this video would you feel most comfortable in your own learning space, and why? Thinking about your age group, the space that you're designing, the age span, and then again, what is developmentally appropriate? All right. You're also encouraged to open the Meeting Infant and Toddler Needs Developmentally Appropriate Materials document. Consider downloading this, and again, how does it support your space design project? This one is hyperlinked, but again, you'll find it at the bottom. A lot of the times, the virtual lab school support documents are all the way at the bottom of the chapter reading. And these are helpful, again, not required that you complete them or submit them for our course, but good to review, and in this case, will certainly help you with your space design project. The second chapter you're reading is the Virtual Lab School Outdoor Environment. In this one, there is a video that connects to providing a safe outdoor environment. So make sure that you are reviewing that. After reading this information, you should be able to describe how the environment keeps infants and toddlers safe in an outdoor space. Identify your role in keeping outdoor environments safe for infants and toddlers. Also with this one, think about what your responsibilities are prior to the children going out and after the children depart the area. So there's the before, the preparation, while the children are outside, and also the cleanup after the children have evacuated the area. One more thing is to apply the information again from this lesson to keep infants and toddlers safe. So apply the information from this lesson, and how does it keep the children safe outdoors? If you're planning the outdoor space, then this chapter will be of utmost importance for your development of the project. Finally, in this outdoor environment VLS chapter, the National Program for Playground Safety recommends that child care programs consider 4 categories to ensure playground safety. Make sure that you're reading the chapter and that you can label and define the SAFE categories. Finally, you are encouraged to open and review the Outdoor Injury Awareness Worksheet. Not just while it is titled Outdoor, I would encourage you, if you're completing an indoor space project, that you consider these same elements for your indoor space as well. The third chapter that you're reading for the purpose of this week is the Virtual Lab School Indoor Environment chapter. After reading this, you should be able to describe how to set up and how the materials included in your learning environment keep infants and toddlers safe. What is your role in keeping the environment safe for infants and toddlers? Again, similar to outdoors, what's the pre-setup before the children arrive, either to the classroom or to a certain area? What are you doing to keep them safe while they're engaged in an area or with certain materials? And then what is the cleanup factor? What are you maybe reviewing and checking for safety purposes after the children are engaged? Make sure that you're viewing the videos that are embedded in this chapter. There are two. The first is Safe Infant Toddler Environments, and the second is Preventing Known Safety Hazards. You are encouraged to take a few notes while you're watching these videos, and again, how can it relate back to your space design project? Finally, for this chapter, open and review the indoor safety hazards, and again, considering how the enhanced safety measures in your learning environment. After you have read the Virtual Lab School chapters, as well as Chapter 12 in your textbook, if you have specific questions from your reading, remember there's no specific viewing other than the Virtual Lab School chapter videos, but if you have any questions, please again reach out to a classmate. In this case, because your reading is primarily focusing and enhancing your space design project, the first people I would suggest reaching out to are your space design teammates. Okay, we're going to look at week 8. So next week we're moving on into module 4, which is language. You're going to complete your read watch materials and review your complete items, remembering that all assessments are due on Tuesday and Thursday. Here again is a reminder, we will not be meeting next Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday have been identified as reading days at Delaware Tech. The college is open. Assessments are due for your courses, but classes that are meeting online synchronous, like ours, where we meet weekly via Zoom, will not be taking place on Tuesday and Wednesday, October 20th and 21st. A similar video like this will be posted in the Zoom library and titled Week 8. In addition, the presentation slides will also be there so that you have access to the hyperlinks. Next Tuesday on the 20th, you're going to post your initial post for your language discussion board. You also have your written language lesson plan due. You're planning for toddlers for your language lesson plan. And remember that you're posting both your written language lesson plan as well as your language lesson plan that has the 3 highlights, and that gets posted to the peer review discussion board. If your space design team is interested in holding a meeting with myself, then you are encouraged to email and let me know if you would like to set up a time to meet. Ideally, this would be during our class time, and appointments would be a half an hour. On Thursday next week, which is Thursday, October 22nd, the language discussion board responses are due to at least 2 of your classmates. The language lesson plan highlight peer review is due to be posted, and that is in response to the peer that you were assigned for the lesson plans, the language lesson plan. There's also a module 4 review. This is a +1 opportunity if you choose to take it. Just a reminder that design team instructor meetings are optional, but they certainly can be helpful in the development of this project. If you again would like to schedule that with your team, I would expect all team members, or at least 2 of the 3 team members, to attend, and you can email me if you are interested in setting that up for next Tuesday, the 20th, with our class time, or I am also open to other times and days as well. We would need to work together to coordinate days and times if it was not during our class meeting time. If you have questions about anything that's been reviewed during this presentation, please let me know. That can be via email, phone, or we can set up a Zoom meeting. I hope everybody's doing well. You are now past the halfway point of our class, so please stay focused, stay positive, and stay healthy. Take care, everybody. Have a great weekend. Remember to take some time for yourself to relax and have some fun. Take care.